Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I just got home. I just got back from the hospital. If you're new here, my name is Pamela, or Pamela. Oh, do not leave here without subscribing, liking, and leaving a comment. Yeah, welcome to another K1 visa process video. So this is like the third episode, right? So I came back from Kenya. Today's Tuesday, 5th or 6th of March. 5th of March. I came back from Kenya on Sunday, the 3rd of March. So 21 days to my interview. I went to pick up my medical. Apparently I'm supposed to give them at the port of entry. I'm not supposed to take it to the interview with me because they have sent my interview to the Lagos embassy. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. There is a CD. The CD attached to it. But yeah, that's the update for today. Picked up my medicals, or I don't even know what to call it. Yeah, medicals. Wait for my interview in 20 days. Till then. Hey guys, so my interview is I think 17 days away or 18 days away, something like that. So I want to print out evidence of ongoing relationship. As most of you know, I went to Kenya recently with my fiance while this whole process was still going on. That is going to make a good evidence of ongoing relationship, right? My fiance just called me telling me that they just sent him another mail. This mail now is just basically letting us know the things we should come with and just being strict. Like, if you don't come with these exact things, they will turn you back and tell you to reschedule your interview. They want photocopies of certain things and originals of certain things. So you have to come with photocopies and original of certain things. And there's also a form that I need to fill. This mail is also letting you know how you should arrange each document. So the way I arranged because I've arranged my interview documents, I have to go and rearrange them now the way they want it arranged. So I'm guessing they will send this mail to each person. We just got our mail today. I'm guessing we just got our mail today because my interview is getting close. There's a form that I need to fill. I'll put the name of the form here because I'm about to leave right now, and that's the first thing that is supposed to be in my file. So right now, I think the way I'm going to arrange my documents is I'm going to go with two files. Then I'll have a file for original documents and file for copies. And the kind of birth certificates that they want is not the one from hospital. So if you were born after 1992, they want a certain birth certificate. And then if you were born before 1992, they want an attestation of birth. I kind of knew about the attestation of birth, but it's good to know that you need that if you were born before 1992. I was not born before 1992, so I have a birth certificate from the local government. So I'm going to call a friend to know if this is the same thing as MP, national population something. So I'm going to ask if that is the certificate that I have. If not, then I have to do another birth certificate. So yeah, that's the update. I'm about to go and print out pictures and possibly take my passport photo now. The passport photo they require is 1.5 to 1.5 inches. That's 5 centimeter to 5 centimeter. So I'm going to take that passport photo right now just in case and get it out of the way. So yeah, bye. Yeah. Guys, so I'm actually really getting overwhelmed by all the things I have to photocopy. They need photocopy of proofs too. They stated it in the mail. Look at all the things. You know how much I spent just to print these things out. Need to photocopy all of that too. Even the pictures, they need photocopy of everything, and the passport photograph. It's like I'm really overwhelmed. I've started separating the ones that I have, so I'll put photocopies here and originals here. These are the things I have to photocopy tomorrow. I'm actually really overwhelmed right now. Guys, I just got home. I spent 2 hours on the dot just photocopying documents and printing out documents. I spent 2 good hours. For the police report, the Nigerian police report, they did not have the right size of paper for that one. Apparently it's a ledger paper, and everything won't have fit in the A4 according to the first photocopy place I was at. So they directed me somewhere else, so I had to walk down there, and they had the paper. Then I photocopied that one too, front and back. That one cost me 100 naira. So everything I spent today in total was 7,900 or something. to photocopy again. Remember how much the first one cost me. After that one, I still photocopied and printed out other stuff that I did not talk about. But yeah, it's just costing a lot of money, a lot of stress. Now I have to start all over and start rearranging things. But yeah, that's the update for today. So guys, this is the state of things right now. So I have sorted out all the photocopies that they asked for in the email. So this is where I'm arranging the original copies for proofs. Here I texted things and I'm putting pictures at the back. Here there's like our flight itinerary and then pictures from that year at the back. So yeah, I'm too tired to carry you guys along this process. So yeah, bye bye. I beg now, subscribe to the channel. This is heartbreaking to see. Help the ministry, guys. Subscribe to the channel. 92% not subscribed, guys. Come on, please. Thank you. Hey guys, it is currently 4:30 a.m. I've been up since 4. The initial plan was to leave here by 4:30 a.m. so that I can get to the embassy on time, and also because of the traffic, because my interview is for 7 a.m. Today is 25th of April and today is officially interview day. Anyways, I'm not going to talk for long because I need to leave here ASAP. So right now I'm giving myself a new time. 5 o'clock I should be out of this house. So I'm going to see you guys when I freshen up and get this show on the road. Bye guys. I am really behind schedule, but yeah, it is 5:10 right now and I'm in the car. We're about leaving. Yeah, I will not be able to take my phone in, or I will let you know when I get to the embassy, or I may not because of the rush. But I'm not be able to take my phone in, so I'm going with my brother. My brother will stay with my stuff. So that means if I don't see you guys when I get to the embassy, I will see you when I'm done with my appointment. Positive vibes. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work. To me, I be work. You see me? Guys, guess who just got approved? Wow, my interview experience, oh my god, smooth. When I get home we'll talk about it, but yeah, your girl has been approved. The end of this long distance relationship, bro. Hello guys, so this is a day after interview day, and I really wanted to just film this video because I'm going to be busy after today, and it's not a video I want to film later on. So I said I was going to talk to you guys after the interview. I am doing this because I watched videos right before my interview, and honestly everybody just talks about, oh, interview questions, oh, what have you. They don't really go deep, and I really want to give out this information. So first of all, I got to Walter Carrington. That's where the embassy is located in Lagos here. And immediately before you get there, there are some guys, I don't know if I should call them thugs, because I feel like I should call them thugs at this point. Some guys will come to you and tell you a car cannot pass because that's the checkpoint. Okay, fine and good. They'll direct you, ask if you want to drop off or if you want to, park if you're going for the interview. If you want to park, they'll collect 1,000 naira from you to park inside this place. Let me call it a car park, inside this small car park. When you get there, there's a printing shop. Immediately I got down from the car, I obviously did not know anything. Immediately I got down from the car, I think I got there around 6:30-ish to 7. I think around to 7, let me just say to 7. They came and they were like, are you for interview, US or whatever? I'm like, yeah. They were like, okay, I need to come and get my gate pass from here. The videos I watched, nobody talked about gate pass, and there are really not much videos talking about K1 process in Nigeria. So that's why I'm taking it upon myself to do this right now. They're like, I need to get my gate pass from there. Okay, this is I'm going for my US interview. I don't know anything. So if they say I need to get my gate pass from them, then I need to get my gate pass from them. Do I have my appointment letter? I should be my appointment letter, my DS-160 page, and the payment receipt. And then I brought it out. They're like a couple of guys. To me, okay, these guys are the ones handling it. I'm going to call this a scam. an interview scam. So you guys should be aware of this when you go for your interview. I gave them those 3 documents that they asked for, and then the guy looked at the DS-160 and he's like, oh no, that is not the real DS-160 whatever that they are looking for, that is not the one I'm supposed to print. I'm like, what are you talking about? After the confirmation, they tell you to send it to the email, because I was dragging it. Let me bring it out. So they tell you that the DS-160, I'm going to put it up on the screen here, that this one that I printed out is saying print confirmation, print application. I'm supposed to do the print confirmation, because look at what this guy, because I kept arguing, I'm like, no, this is my confirmation here, it even says confirmation. The guy said yes, but this is not the page that I'm supposed to go with, that this barcode is supposed to be here too, that this print confirmation is not supposed to be there. I'm like, this is the barcode here. So he showed me another person's own that they just did, and that this is not what it's supposed to look like. Instead of me arguing, my interview is for 7, it's like, how many minutes to 7? I'm like, okay, fine, how am I going to do it? They're like, they need to retrieve my DS-160 stuff, and it costs 5,000 naira. I'm like, what? To retrieve, to just print out this thing, to retrieve it, 5,000 naira. Before then, I've not even asked for the price, and then they're like, do I have like a photocopy of my international passport? I'm like, yes, I do. They're like, is it colored or white? I'm like, black and white. They're like, no, I'm supposed to get 2 photocopies of my international passports. And I'm just thinking, they never stated this on the email that they sent me. They just said photocopy. Guys, I am still with the photocopies of the of the passports here. They never asked me for it, that I need 2, that they will collect 1 at the gate and then collect 1 when I enter inside. What the hell? This is it. Okay, how much is the photocopy? 2,000 naira for 1 page. So at that point, I was just like, bro, what is going on? I did not plan for this extra expense, and I came out with only 1,000 naira. Thankfully, I came out with my ATM card. And the reason for me coming out with my ATM card was for me to eat. In case I see food around there, I buy food and eat. So I was like, these guys have been doing this. They obviously know what is going on. And they had everybody on like chokehold. People were just doing this. I was like, okay, print it out. And then when they tried retrieving my DS-160, my security question was incorrect so early, but I had no other choice than to wake up my fiance at that time. I called him. I'm like, this is what these guys are saying. They never stated this in the mail. What's going on? And now they're telling me to print this out is like, to retrieve it is 5,000 naira. Can he go back to the website and print that? He was also confused. It's like, they just said email confirmation. It's the same thing. And then I explained to him what they explained to me. So he got everything and now sent it back to me, and I told them, okay, I have it, how do I print it out? And they said printing is 3,000 naira. Guys, paid that instead of paying 5k. In fact, everything I paid was 7,300. To use POS to pay, they'll charge you 300 naira to pay. So 7,300 left my account yesterday morning for no goddamn reason. Please, you guys should be warned. When you get there and they tell you, oh, your confirmation is not right, don't accept. If I should have just talked to my girls, because I told them at the point, I told them, give me back my DS-160 form. But then they were like, oh, if I don't do this, they will not give me the gate pass. I'm not going to get the gate pass. So at that point, I was just like weak. I was like, okay, I need the so-called gate pass to enter inside. After I got this stuff, it was already past 7 at that time. After I got it, I'm like, where is the gate pass that you are supposed to give me? Let me go. They were like, oh no, that this is the gate pass. Are you kidding me? At that point, I was pissed, because I was still on the phone with my fiance. I was pissed. I'm like, are these guys being serious? They made me stand here thinking I was going to get an actual gate pass to go in, and just so that they get me to pay for these stuffs, they told me I was going to receive a gate pass. So you guys should be warned. There is no gate pass. If they tell you that there's a gate pass, I'm getting angry. There is no gate pass, please. The email that they sent you, everything that is there is what you should go for. If you go there and those guys are trying to talk you into photocopying or doing extra stuff, no, except there is a need for you to do so. If there is no need, no. As long as you know that you're with your exact documents, that is all you need. I wish I knew. I wish I got this information. I would have had 7,300 naira now in my account. But that's that. So when that was done, because phones are not allowed you can come in with your handbag, but a small handbag that you cross over. But still, even after I got to a point, there was a girl that came with her phone and her handbag. She was not allowed to go in. They tell you in the mail that there's no place for you to keep those things, but there's a place for you to keep them. Rather, you just leave it with someone that you trust. My brother took me to the embassy, so he waited for me in the car. I left my bag and my phone and everything with him, thinking that this embassy is like the next gate. There is a walk, so in case you have heels on, just wear comfortable heels. Thankfully, I wore comfortable heels. Wear comfortable heels because you will have to walk a distance to the end of the road. That's where the US embassy is located. You will see some cab guys trying to talk you into paying them to drop you at the embassy. One person told me like 500. I'm like, you'll be all right. I'm not about to spend any extra money again. I can walk, I will not faint. There is no gate, guys. There is no gate. Because of these fools talking about gate pass, there's no gate. So when you walk in, you meet the first security checkpoint. You tell them that you're here for your interview. They'll ask if it's a waiver or interview. You tell them interview. They'll tell you where to go to. And then I went to that spot. I told the person told me to queue. While I was on the queue, there was somebody that was trying to manage the queue. So when she came, I told her that I'm for K1 because she was calling a particular visa category, and I told her K1, and she was like, oh, K1, follow me. So I jumped the queue because of that, and she took me to another guy. So I think they were specifically attending to K1 applicants differently. So the guy asked me for my appointment letter, my DS-160, and my payment slip. So I gave him that. So he checked my name and all of that. It was there, and then he gave me my number. I was number 34. After he did that, the lady now took the should I say K1 applicants, or the specific visa category applicants. We went in, and we are going to go through a security checkpoint. The security guard will just tell you to place your documents in the what do I call it now? Let me call it a box. In the box. When you get to that first security guard, he will check your files to see if you are coming in with anything that you're not supposed to come in with. So he checked my files because I went with 2 files, guys. Like I told you guys before, I put my photocopies in this file and my originals in this file because they asked for photocopies and originals. So just so that I am organized, when they ask for anything, I go to the photocopy and the originals. So he checked and everything in my file was all right. Then he told me to move, and I went to the next person. Then he checked me. I was clean, and then I proceeded to the next point. Then right there, when it was my turn, it was like, I don't know what to call him, or let me just call him an officer. So when it was my turn, he told me to go. He did not even check my file. He told me to go. I'm like, I'm not with these guys. So thankfully, my appointment letter was the first file, because at the gate, they asked for my appointment letter, my DS-160, and my MRV slip. So I just held those 3 documents on my hand. When he now looked at my document again and saw the visa type K1, he told me to follow him. People on the queue, he checked their own documents. Everybody that were K1 applicants, he just took us back to the waiting area and told us to sit down there. So we sat down there for like almost 45 minutes. So I was the first person, and let me say in that set, I was the first person for K1. So I was the first on the seat. So after like 45 minutes, he called on us and told us, all of us, to just, because after that guy, there's another security, and then you have to wait for another security again. You have to queue for another security to actually take you to the interview spot. So he just told all of us to go. So they didn't check our files. They just saw that it was K1. They didn't check. So we just went and queued for the next security guard to take us to the interview center. When they take you into that room, there's another like security check. You place, just like when you are at the airport, where you put your watch and everything and all those things. They pass it through that stuff. So when we passed there, we now entered the interview room. Gongo. I didn't even realize that was the interview room, because it looked like a banking hall. People were queuing. You know, when you enter a banking hall, people are just queuing, and they're like different counters, but those counters were like enclosed. I didn't realize when you enter, the person will ask you for your visa type. So there's a different spot for B1, B2, and there's a different spot for K1 applicants. So they checked and they told me to queue at a certain place. At that point, because I was not with my phone, I was not with my watch, nothing, I asked someone for the time. At that point, it was 8:35 when I asked someone for the time. It was 8:35 a.m. The thing I will tell you guys to do, just the email they sent you, the way you should arrange your documents. Arrange your documents so you don't go there and you're just all over the place and start wasting people that are queuing their time. I stood, there were chairs to sit down, but I didn't want to sit down, and people were already occupying those seats. Please arrange your documents the way you're supposed to arrange it, so that it will be easy for you, so it will be put together, and the first consular officer that will attend to you will just hurry up with your case. You get me? When it was my turn, I got to the first consular, a Nigerian guy. He asked me for my appointment letter, my MRV slip. I gave it to him, and then he asked me if I got the mail. Told him I got the mail, and he told me I should give him the photocopies of everything. Before then, he asked for my contact sheet, and then I asked him photocopy or original, and he was like, no, the original. I gave him the original. They did not collect the photocopy, although in a mail they'll tell you to photocopy this. He didn't take the photocopies of my police character report. He took the originals. He took a photocopy of my birth certificate and the original of my birth certificate. They will give you back the original of your birth certificate, but they are going to take it first. The first consular officer will take it at first. I went with 2019-2020 IRS tax transcript. I went with 2019-2020 income tax, because my fiance has not gotten his 2021 tax returns yet. I went with his W2s, so I gave all of that to him. The guy kept giving me back the form, and I was like, don't you need this tax transcript? He just showed me that it's just one that he needs. I've seen other people that went to 2019 2020 and all those things, and they still ask them for their W2. So you guys should not be confused. I feel like everybody's case is different, so I think they ask for certain documents for certain cases or certain individuals. I also think they asked for certain documents based off of people's income. They didn't need all of that. They just took one tax transcript. So I'm not telling you guys to go with one. Go with everything. Let it now be left for them to take the one that they want to take and give you back. It's better for you to go with everything or a lot than for you to go with not enough. You get me? When he took it, he asked me for my name. He asked me my fiance's name. I told him. I was like, okay. I think they want to give you the impression that they are just gathering the documents, but they are asking you little questions. So just be composed. Checked the computer, and he was like, you're a YouTuber. I'm like, yes, I'm a YouTuber. I was like, nice. What's your YouTube channel about? I'm like, it's just travel and lifestyle. Another tip, guys, don't answer the one that they did not ask you. Go straight to the point, because the more you answer, the more you are setting yourself up for more questions, except they decide to ask you more questions. If they ask you, you start talking about something that is not included in what you submitted, they'll want to know more, and you keep answering questions and answering questions and answering questions. Bro, just answer the one they asked you. I just told him travel and lifestyle, and I ended it there. It's not in an enclosed room that you do the interview. You literally, they even have like microphones or like speakers or whatever. I don't know what they're using, but you hear most of the interview questions that they're asking people. You will see and hear if someone is denied or accepted. 2 people got denied before me. I also want to put it out there. They will not ask you a question outside what you submitted, except what you submitted is a bit fishy, and then they will want to probe you more. Like one guy that got denied, I don't think he submitted enough proof of relationship or stuff, so they kept asking him questions, and he also implicated himself with the answers that he was answering, the answers that he gave, and they denied him. Again, with me saying go with enough documents, they approved some people, but because they did not come with some documents that they told them to come with, they gave them back their passports and told them, when you get this document, if you don't have it in your car, whenever you have it, send back this is the direction for you to send back your passport to us. So I think in those videos I watched, they were saying something like, oh, they're going to take your passport. Once they take your passport, they know. No, they gave people back their passports and told them, when you get this, send it back to us, but they will let you know that you've been approved. Also, take this into consideration. If you were born before 1992, you need to get an attestation of birth. The guy before me, his visa got approved, but he came with the MPC birth certificate and not the attestation of birth, so they did not collect his passport. They told him, get us your attestation of birth and we will issue your visa. One thing I noticed is when the guy asked me, the first consular, when he asked me some questions, and I answered. He wrote down some certain things on the file because they created a file for me, and after all of that they'll give you a brochure. Is it brochure or brochure? I don't know. Anyone just give you 2 brochures and tell you to read it before they call you up, and they will call you by your number and not your name for your interview. When it was my turn, interviewer called my number. I went, and the first question he asked me, I wrote it down. See guys, my interview was so fast. I literally thought he asked me just 5 questions. So when I got back, just for this video's sake, I decided to write questions I was asked, and I realized that he asked me like 10 questions, but they were so fast paced that I did not even realize I was asked that many questions. It was just quick. But again, go straight to the point when they're asking your questions. Don't answer the one that did not ask you. First question he asked me was my name, and I told him my name. The question, basically, they just want to be sure that it matches what they have there. My own interview was friendly, so I'm going to do it like they had a good cop, bad cop. So the bad cop was the one that denied like 2 people in front of me, while the good cop was the one that was just, he was more friendly, more jovial, all of that. I was like, God, please, this is the guy I want to go to. And thankfully, that's the guy that called me up for the interview. After that, he told me to take down my mask, and when I took down my mask, I was like, okay, nice, I should wear it back. So while I was trying to wear my mask back, it was time for me to take the oath to swear. So I wore these earrings. I don't know if you guys saw it. I wore these earrings, so fixing my mask back was kind of difficult, and he laughed. He was like, okay, well, I should just wear my mask first, and he cracked a little joke, just to make you feel at ease. And I took the oath. Then after that, you take your fingerprint, and the next question he asked me was, have I ever been married? I said no. Has your fiance ever been married? I said no. And then he asked, when last did you see your fiance? I told him April 3rd. It was like, this year? I'm like, yeah, this year. Then the next question he asked me was, when did he come into Nigeria? Like, what date did he come into Nigeria? I'm like, no, he didn't come into Nigeria. We met in Kenya. Like, oh, nice. Nairobi? I'm like, yeah, in Karen, Nairobi. Like, okay, what did we do in Kenya? That's how many questions. And I was like, what did we do in Kenya? Did we go to the safari? It was like a conversation, and you're not sitting down, in case you think you are going to be sitting down when you're doing the interview. He's standing up, you Seth, you're standing up. He asked, what did we do? Did we go to the safari, or did we just go to chill? I'm like, nah, we just went to chill. We didn't go to safari. I was like, okay, good. While he's asking those questions, looking at your documents and looking at the computer, where did we meet? I'm like, in secondary school. Again, I'm going to put it out there. Some people, they asked, where did you meet? And those people had to explain how they met, but thankfully I did not need to explain how we met. If they asked me to explain how we met, I was going to explain it. Everything was just boom 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 for me. I heard people's stuffs. People had to explain how they met, their fiance, and all those kind of things. And it was like, okay, what does he do? Told him what he does, and then he asked where he stayed. I've seen old videos of them saying, oh, you have to talk about the exact address, name of the street, and all those things. I know the name of the street, but I did not see the point to say that. I just told him the name of the city and the state, and that was all he needed to know. In the whole Kenya question, he was like, how long did we stay in Kenya? I'm like, we stayed for a week. When he asked that, he gave me back, guys, in fact, I don't even know what to say. You see all the original documents that I went with, all those pictures that you saw me printing out, all those things. I did not bring them out though. I did not bring them out. For 1 second, I didn't bring them out. At that point, I wasn't feeling bad. Like all these fine pictures that we took that I printed out for you to see, not see it. So the guy gave me all the photocopies of the proofs and everything, because I made photocopies of the pictures and everything because they asked for it. And it was in the file. That first consular guy took it. This guy gave me back because it was a white guy. The people that are interviewing you are white people. So he gave it back to me, and I left it there because in my head I'm not supposed to take it. And then I asked, am I supposed to take this? He's like, yeah. And then he said, I know, right? After you go through all this stress and then you find out that you don't actually need it because everything is all right, because I have everything that I need for you. When he was going through my file again, he saw my Benin Republic police character report, and he was like, oh, I see that you've lived in France. I'm like, no, not France, Benin Republic. He made that mistake because Benin Republic, they speak French. Like, have you ever been arrested before? I'm like, no. It's like, okay, your visa has been approved. That was it though. All this long thing that I'm talking, it's happened in like 5 minutes. I was not with time, but in my head it was so fast, it felt like that. everybody's case is different. The man that started this interview with the other guy, he was there, I got approved, and I left, and he was still there. They were still asking him questions. So just because it happened for me like this doesn't mean it will happen for you. All I just want to tell you is they will not ask you anything outside what you submitted in your application. So make sure that your whatever story that you gave them when you were applying is legit. There are people that came with like 3 albums. Nobody opened it, they did not ask them for it, so don't give yourself work. You see these 2 files, these are the only things I went with, and see them, they are still full. So I think when I was talking to my fiance, what he said was maybe they took some documents because they want you to have a record of the things that you submitted. So it makes sense that I have these things with me, so I have a record of things that I also submitted. When they tell you that your stuff has been approved, they'll give you this document. This is what you use to get your passport to be ready in 1 week. On this document, it says your passport to be ready in 10 days, and the first consular will give you this, telling you to create this profile so that when your document is ready, they can deliver it to you. Now reading this, if you guys remember my last video, I said you were going to pay for it because that's what is stated on the site, but here it says it's free. And you know that I like free stuffs, you know that I like bargaining. So I was trying to talk my fiance into us changing our pickup or delivery option so that they can deliver it to me, please, because that transport fare I use and go there, I can use it to do another thing. Thank you guys so much for the love so far. That's going to be the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Let's get this account so 10K. I'm not going to be speaking small again. Let's get it to 10K. I wish you good luck if your visa appointment is approaching, and I hope this video was a bit helpful. But yeah, that's the end. Catch you guys in another video.